Hello everyone, this is Muhammad Wasim Khan, instructor of a course Total Quality Management. In today's lecture, we will talk about innovation, its types, and its phases. Let's first talk about innovation. As Thomas Edison said, there is a way to do it better. Find that way. Yes, we have to find that particular way in order to improve our daily life, in order to improve our products, our services, manufacturing processes, or our lifestyles. And what actually that way is? That way is the creative ideas and the proper implementation of those creative and new ideas. So innovation refers to a new way of doing something. It may be incremental or radical in thinking, products, processes, and organizations. Let me briefly discuss the incremental and radical innovation. Then we will discuss it in details in the coming slides. Incremental innovation is an innovation that seeks to improve existing systems and products to make them better, cheaper, or faster. Radical innovation are focused on developing revolutionary new technologies. You have to highlight the keyword here, and that keyword is new. So radical innovation is focused on developing revolutionary new technologies, markets, and business models that change the world. Let's talk about the innovation recipe. Innovation recipe have actually three main ingredients. The first one is creativity, the second one is failure, and the third one is iteration or repetition. Creativity here the creativity means new ideas or creative ideas to do something new. And failure, when you want to implement those particular ideas, you may fail due to some risks, because innovation may be a risky process. But when you fail, you have to repeat that particular process, and at the end, you may win the race. Schumpeter he argued that innovation comes about through new combinations made by an entrepreneur. So let me tell you something about the Schumpeter. Schumpeter actually identified innovation as the critical dimension of economic change. He argued that economic change revolves around innovation, entrepreneurial activities, and market power. He sought to improve that innovation-originated market power can provide better results than the invisible hand and price competition. So Schumpeter also argued that innovation comes about through new combinations made by an entrepreneur, resulting in a new product, new process, opening of new market, new way of organizing the business, and new sources of supply. Obviously, if you are implementing some new ideas, you may get the new or modified product, the new or modified process. And for that particular modified product or process, you may have the new customer, new market. So innovation have some profit benefits, And innovation can increase profits on the value side. Customer value for innovation enough to pay more for it. You know, when as a customer, when we pay for the value, not for the product or service. Okay, so we actually pay for the value that may fulfill our requirements, that may meet our needs and requirements. So innovation can increase the profit on the value side and the cost side. The company produces the offering in a more efficient way. So as I discussed the cost leadership factor with you in the previous lectures, that thing is very important to be considered here. And either way, value is created for the firm and for the customer. Okay, let me ask you about the difference between the invention and innovation. And I think the answer to this question is in front of you. With this, from this figure, you can differentiate the invention and innovation. What I have learned from this figure is that invention is when something is developed initially, when initially something is developed. And when that particular product or service is modified, with the passage of time in order to improve its efficiency, its comfort, its use, its cost, etc. So that is actually called innovation. An invention is different from an innovation at any particular time in that it does not have commercial value, but it may have in future. There is no shortage of ideas and inventions in the world. The real challenge is to introduce these successfully to a market. So there is no shortage of the ideas and inventions in the world. There is no shortage of the creative ideas. But the main thing is to implement that particular idea properly in order to increase the benefits in any way. So only that idea or invention can be called an innovation that may be implemented very properly. In other words, innovation requires interplay between a product offering, like technology, and a market, people. Innovation provides better quality product at lower price, which leads to a higher standard of living, and all strategy can be replicated. It is not necessary that through innovation we can produce a entirely new product or service. We can modify the existing product or services by applying some of the old plus some new strategies as well. Let's talk about different types of innovation. We can divide the types of innovation into three based on the outcomes. The first one is product innovation. The second one is process innovation. And the third one is service innovation. So first, let's talk about the product innovation. The change in how the product is noticed by the consumers, change in physical structure. So product innovation is actually the change in the product, in the characteristics of the product, in the design of the product, or in any other way. So these changes include the change in product design, okay, research and development, and new product development, or NPD. And we have to change, but the main idea or point here is that we have to change, or we have to innovate the product, but in such a way so that that particular product meet the customer needs and demands. Okay, so changing the product or modifying the product will have one main objective, and that objective is to meet the customer needs and demands. The degree of change can include the following, like incremental improvements, the slowly improvements due to the slowly or incremental changes. So you can improve the product. Addition to product families, yes, you can add the product families as well. Next generation products. Actually, what actually the next gen product? Next gen product are the platform products, because they are expected to inspire and support a whole new line of derivative products. Okay, so the new core products, the new main products or primary products we are talking about. Examples of the product innovation are like, introducing a new screen size for TVs, okay, changing the CRT TV to a flat screen TVs that are, now very easily available or commonly available, aiding functionality such as internet access to TVs. So these are actually the new, innovations. The continuous changes or the continuous improvement makes the product more efficient. Okay, so due to the product innovation, we have to do some common change, continuous changes or improvements that make the product more efficient, more effective, useful, or user friendly. The users can easily use it, valuable to users, integrated with other products, technologies, or system. And one thing I would like to add here is to be more, flexible and sustainable as well. Sustainable, based on the environmental, social, and economic sustainability. So you have to, or we have to consider these different factors in the product innovation as well. Let's talk about the process innovation. Process innovation involves a new or significantly improved method for the production or delivery of output that aid values to the organization. What actually the process is? Process is, an interrelated set of activities that actually transform or convert the inputs to outputs and add value to the inputs and give us, the offerings in the form of products or services. And the main objective of those particular processes is to transfer the input to outputs that meets the customer requirements. So we can do some changes, or we can add creativity to the processes as well. We can modify the existing processes in order to, modify the outcomes. So that is actually the process innovation. Process innovation make processes simpler, faster, more accurate, more reliable, and less expensive. It may, improve the production capacity by reducing the, costs as well. So that is actually the process innovation. Let's talk about the third, basic type of innovation, and that is the service innovation. Service innovation may include the improvement, the continuous improvement, the reliability of a service, the customer, the fulfilling the needs of the customer, or meeting the needs of the customer, integrate the technology with the services, solve, provide solution to different problems, improve the efficiency, taking care of the clients after providing the services, and so these are the different factors or things or elements that may include in the service innovation. Service involves products that are intangible. This is the keyword you have to highlight. That is, the service involves the products, means intangible products that form an extended part of the product life cycle, from initial sales to the end of life recycling and disposal. Sorry. Service industries in areas such as finance, food, education, transportation, health, make up most organizations in any economy. These organizations can also need to innovate continuously so that they can increase or improve the levels of service to their customer. Services innovation include the new way of providing services, or providing the new service, entirely new service. Okay, so that is actually one thing that may include in the service innovation. The new information technology platforms, particularly the internet, have also added the scope of service innovation. Yeah, this thing is extremely important nowadays. Look around yourself, and you will see that almost every service, is the technology or the internet is aided into the service, and that is actually an innovation. For example, I would like to give you an example of Uber and Kareem in transportation, or Airbnb in hotels and hospitality. So you have to use the internet service, or this technology, or the new app that was developed by the app developers for getting these particular services. So that this is actually the service innovation. So, and the best combination is the technology and better service. Technology plus better service, that can be the best combination. In this figure, we can briefly discuss very simple types of innovations. The types of innovations, like the product innovation we have. The product innovation mean the development of a new product, or modify the existing product, and adding new values to that particular product. And similarly, process innovation is the development of a new manufacturing process. For example, Pilkington's flowed glass process. Organizational innovation, that may include a new venture division, or a new accounting procedures. Okay, these are few of those that may, or that organizational innovation possess. Management innovation, like TQM, the total quality management systems, or BPR system, business process re-engineering, or the SAP softwares, like we use the SAP softwares for ERP, enterprise resource planning. The quality circles I'm talking about, the product which is in the product innovation or just in time or the material requirement planning or new inspection systems you can see here. The commercial or marketing innovation include the CRM or the customer relationship management or direct managed marketing, and the service innovation, example of service innovation is the marketing internet-based financial services. Um, in the okay till now in the next part of this lecture, we will discuss the different phases of innovation. Till then, thank you and bye bye.